So I am back with update 3 of my end of the year anime journey, which I should have been calling it that, but moving forward, uh, this is my end of the year anime journey. If you haven't seen the first 2 videos, I think I should go back and watch them. The spring slash summer year, because I'm doing a big recap. The spring and summer year of anime was the first time I decided to participate in watching the animes that were coming out for the spring slash summer season. And I don't think I was watching too many animes that were on my list. I think I was just mostly watching new ones. But I said, I think after, well, I don't know, what was it? 2 Hero X. I think after summer, Hikaru finished. I think that's a part of the summer season. I wanted to go back to my list, because my list is long, and watch some of those animes, which one of them is Bleach. One was Apothecary Diary Season 2. Fruits Basket, Frieren, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have finished Apothecary Diaries. I am kind of like, not necessarily halfway, but like halfway finished with season 3 of Fruits Basket. So I'm aiming, hopefully I'll be able to finish it Friday. I could have watched some more episodes when it came off work, but if I'm not in the mood to watch it, I'm gonna just kill it, because I don't want to force myself to watch it and then the rating end up being, I'd be like, this was such and such. But if I would have just let it flow naturally, it'd probably be a different rating. So hopefully Friday, I'll finish season 3 of Fruits Basket and the movie, because it's a movie. Sunday and Monday, I'm gonna start my Frieren journey. So, which I've been doing well. I think the only one I'm probably still gonna be watching by the time we reach December is Bleach. But okay, I gave you a recap. Now let's actually get into the update. I think I'm wondering, like, so I'm at episode 5. Last episode we kind of got like a little flashback with little Akito, and I'm trying to figure out, was that one little episode her backstory? So if I'll be honest, if that was a twist, if that was like the plot twist, not gonna lie, I kind of spoiled myself. And I kind of mentioned this on my TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, which you should, it's Naya_Forbes03. Appearance wise, look wise, Akito gave off man. But then when Akito would speak, I thought Akito was a woman. But like I said, as much as I don't like Akito and I think Akito is a piece of shit, I don't want to misgender Akito. So at times I would be like they, them. I would be like they, them pronouns, because I didn't know how to adjust. I didn't know. I'm gonna just say talk about. The word I'm really thinking about is not like popping in my head. I didn't know how to like talk about Akito, so a lot of times when I would talk about Akito, I just use her name, or I say they, them, because again, as much as I don't like Akito as a person and I think she's a piece of shit, I don't want to misgender her. I don't. Now, when I was watching it, I remember it was a scene between her and the writer dude. I don't know, keep forgetting his name. And I remember that scene on an edit on TikTok. So a lot of times I may see edits of animes, and then years later I end up watching it and be like, oh, I remember that. And I remember a lot of people in the comments were like, they have a very toxic relationship. And honestly, I could definitely see it. I can definitely see it. Now, if that was Akito's backstory, if that one episode was just Akito's backstory, I have a couple things to say. Her mother is a piece of shit. To be honest, every parent except for Miss Honda parent, which sucks because Miss Honda is the only person that's not a Zodiac member that has a good parent. Her mother was a good mother, but every Zodiac member parent is a piece of shit. Verbally abusive, physically abusive. They are pieces of shit. They are horrible people. Horrible people. Yuki's mother basically sold him to Akito. Piece of shit. But I want to get back more into Akito. Her mother is a piece of shit. Horrible person. I could definitely see why Akito is like that way. Also, that white hair blonde dude, I kind of blame him as well, because you filled in a little girl, a child's head. Now I don't mind telling a child you're special and all, but telling her, you know, she's a god, that these people were born to love her and stuff like that. Crazy. Because you built this sense of entitlement in her that these people can't live the life that they want, fall in love with the people they want, because all their love should belong to her. And again, if that one episode is just her backstory, do I think she deserves an abusive mother? Hell no. But I don't feel anything else towards her. I don't. You have abused every Zodiac member. Everyone. The doctor, you got his eye blinded because he wanted to marry someone he was in love with. Writer dude, I don't remember what she did. You with cow guy. A lot of times I'm not gonna remember people's names. Like if I see the face, I will. But you belittle him, you slapped him, and then you push Ren off the roof. Someone he was in love with. Ren, that ties into the same thing. You belittle everybody and then have the audacity to call that love. Call that love. You slap these people, you belittle them, you push them off the roof, and you call that love. I think Ren is the only one you actually admitted that you don't fucking like. Even your mom says she don't like her. But everybody else, you will say you love them. And then just belittle them and make them look like some scared kids. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Yuki met this girl and I kind of like it. I posted a clip on TikTok when I was watching this girl that he likes, or I'm seeing potential. Her parents beat into her, you have to be perfect, because I think she also has a half brother who was in the club with them. It was an affair type shit. They beat into her, you gotta be perfect. So when stuff is perfect, she kind of like, her anxiety, she explodes. It's like she needs chaos. She would not be able to operate in a clean room, in a clean environment. It's not. And they were having a meeting, and someone put like a box of like chalk, and you can see, and I was kind of scared, because I was scared she was gonna like just toss that shit. Like the anxiety was getting like high, and Yuki's reading this paper, and without even batting an eye, he breaks one of it and it calms her down. And I was like, This man know her. He know his girl. He know his girl who's not his girl but will be his girl. He know his girl. He knows how to calm down. He knows how to be there for her without like making it a scene. And I'll fuck with it. Because I mean, in the beginning, even though I know two characters who end up together, I was kind of rooting for him. I was kind of rooting for him and Miss Honda. I wouldn't mind with either one. Obviously, they both really cared for her. You know, I see the chemistry. But it was one episode he was venting, and he kind of like described her as like a mother, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I could see why all the Zodiac members gravitate towards her, because compare her to their parents. She listens to them. She gives them love. She reassures them. She's there for them without wanting anything in return. She that is basically, when you think of unconditional love, that is Miss Honda and the Zodiac members. That is Miss Honda to the Zodiac members. Unconditional love. She cares for them. So I can see why he would look to her as a mom, even though I think either they're around the same age or she's younger, because she's giving them what they don't get from their own parents, which is sad. Very sad. Very sad. Kind of crazy. I mentioned this to my friends that I was like, I may either have to make a separate top 10, which I would probably have to watch more romances, a top 10 romance, because my top 10 list, which has one romance, because I only watched probably one romance during that time, which was Given, my first BL anime. Most of the animes in my top 10 are psychological, thriller, mystery, suspense. So adding another romance, I'm like, which one will, I'm like, these animes gave me two different feelings. Like, it may be similar, but it's too different. So I don't know. Y'all might have to let me know. Y'all might have to let me know. I could tell for sure when I finish Fruits Basket, I definitely am going to give it a 10 out of 10 overall. This has been a really good show. It's given me comedy. It's given me intense moments. I wouldn't necessarily like I need to get a tissue and cry moments. Just me personally. I don't really cry a lot watching anime. I can count on my hands the animes I did cry to, but it has given me so many different feelings, and I could see why Fruits Basket was a classic. One of my mutuals said I should watch the first one just to see why 2019 is much better, but I don't think I am. The first one, which I think is 2001, only covers 8 volumes. They got 23 volumes. Now, I don't know if it was 23 when they made when the 2001 came out, or that they made more volumes after. If they already had 23, then 2001, of course, wasn't going to do it justice. You crazy? But the 2019 has been wonderful, and I've been having a really good time. Bleach. I am currently on episode 40. Now, one of my mutuals told me the Soul Society arc was like 42 to 63. But one of my other mutuals, which his name is Tone Bone, you should follow him on Twitch, and he also is a YouTuber and TikTok. We looked it up, and it was 21 to 63. I'm like, damn, I'm already in the Soul Society arc. And I have been having a really good time. I think after that arc is the Bound arc, which a lot of people told me to skip, and the filler, non-canon, and I just want to say I understand, you feel me? I appreciate it, but this is my journey. Let me go through it. If I end up being like, shit was ass, I'm bored, okay, then I would say you were right. But until then, let me go into the journey, because hey, I may actually need a breather when we get to a very intense moment. I may need a breather, so we'll see. Again, I've been having a really good time with Fruits Basket, and I've been having a really good time with Bleach. Current stand, I think Renji is stubborn. You gonna keep trying to blame Ichigo for what Rukia did, because Rukia trusted Ichigo with her Soul Society power. She felt like she could trust him the first day she met him, and she gave her powers up. He didn't steal it, she gave it to him. And then also talking about keep blaming him, but you and her little adoptive brother sentenced her to death. If you're gonna blame someone, you gotta blame your ass. If you're gonna blame Ichigo, if you're gonna put 2 fingers at him, you better be ready to put 2 fingers back, because you are just as blamed. You are just as fault. Okay, like real talk. I don't like her adopted brother. I think he's a bitch. Miju told me Ren does show some growth, but he is a stubborn person, so okay. The Quincy dude, the 4-eye guy, right now I feel nothing towards him. I didn't like him when his first introduction. You're trying to battle Ichigo, and by battling him, you decide to set hollows into the world to see who can kill the most hollows. Like, you could have got a lot of people killed, and I wasn't fucking with that. I didn't like that. After that, I don't dislike him. I don't like him. I just feel nothing. That was just that one situation. Now, if he do something again, okay. But I have no problem with him as of now. That what he did still won't piss me off, because it's kind of crazy. I watched the new episode of Gachikuta. Episode 14 won't be out dub until October 26th. And if this was an anime that a lot of people wasn't watching, I could probably wait those 2 weeks. I would probably have to watch episode 13 and then 14 to withdraw my memory. But I would have waited those 2 weeks. But this is an anime a lot of people watch, and I don't know if I could dodge spoilers for 2 weeks just for one episode. So I said, okay, I'll just watch the sub episode, and then when episode 15 come out, I'll watch it in dub. I may not rewatch 14 dub, but we'll see. My mind may change. Shoot, let me think. I really do like most of the Zodiac members. Even Mr. Ryder dude, which I was side-eyeing him. I am really still side-eyeing him. Cause like, what you did was weird. Really weird. But the rest of the Zodiac members I'm cool with. The little boy, I wanted to punch him, cause like, with all due respect, why are you being mean to Miss Honda? She ain't do nothing wrong to you. You feel me? You gonna have to fix that little temper tantrum you got, little boy. But being rude to Miss Honda, crazy. I wasn't fucking with it. But aside from that, like, I'm cool. I'm cool with all the Zodiac members. I have no problem. You know, obviously I don't like Akito, the little god. I think she a bitch. Abusive, physically and verbally. And what happened to her, which she didn't deserve, does not mean she can reflect the same pain times 100 to the people around her, especially the people she quote unquote claimed to love. Crazy. We'll be back with another video Thursday. I don't know what day that is. That might I don't know what day that is. I have to check my calendar. But we'll be back with update 4. And when we come back with update 4, I will have been finished with Fruits Basket completely. I will have started Frieren. And then I don't know where I'm gonna be in at Bleach, but hopefully by then I should be close to finishing the Soul Society arc. Peace.